Hello, everyone. It's Stephanie Stevens, and welcome to Live at 5. Today, our conversation is about celebrities gone wild, behaving badly. What are your thoughts? Today on the Stephanie Stevens Show, we're going to be talking about celebrities that have really gone wild. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give y'all the straight 411 on who did what in the last 2 or 3 years that was just scandalous. So that is why I am on today. Is celebrities gone wild? Okay, y'all. Y'all get ready. Come on in. Tell everybody out there. Make sure you message all your friends and tell them Stephanie Stevens is on. She is on to give you the 411 on who dropped, kicked who in the last 2 or 3 months. I hope everybody is having a safe and wonderful week. I'm doing really well. So I'm happy over here. I'm alone, but I'm okay. Hey, John. Hey, Paul. How are you? How's everybody doing? You guys doing good? Like I said, today on Live at 5, we're going to be talking about some of the most scandalous celebrities in the last 2-3 years. And we're going to talk about a lot of them. We're not going to dig too deep, but we're just going to highlight some of their most incredible and daring moments. Hi, Steve. Hi, Antonio. Yep, that's Antonio. So, like I said, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to wait till a few more people come in, and then I'm going to get started. Now, as you guys know, in the last 2 to 3 years, celebrities have really went off their marker. Now, I'm just going to set it up for you. For me, if you're making that kind of money and you're living that kind of grand lifestyle, you should be able to behave with no problems. Now, with all that being said, we are human beings and we do make mistakes, or we have made mistakes. And a lot of our mistakes are forgiven, or we hope they can be forgiven. Now, sometimes people need the second chance, sometimes even the third chance they need, because sometimes it takes the third time for them to wake up. Okay, so today on the Stephanie Stevens Show, we're going to talk about scandalous celebrities. Now, a lot of y'all know a lot of your favorite stars have been really scandalous in the last 2-3 years. There have been some real doozies. How you doing, John? Oh, you say you're right on time. All right then, girl. About time you be right on time. Get your sound. Joe is messaging me talking about what is today's subject. It's like, don't you read my notifications? All right, so I'm going to jump right into it. Like I said, is we want to talk about celebrities that have gone wild or been really scandalous in the last 2 to 3 to 5, sometimes even 10 years ago. We're going to start off with Mr. O.J. Simpson. Do you guys remember O.J. Simpson? O.J. Simpson, what do they call his name? O.J. Oral Simpson, or whatever that is, whatever his name was. O.J. is presumed to have murdered his ex-wife and her little boy waiter friend. That's what O.J. was supposed to have done. Now, to be honest, we all know O.J. did it. Okay, listen. O.J. had it made at the beginning because the black people, we were on O.J.'s side. We were like, O.J. didn't do that. O.J. didn't do that. But listen, how it takes a really big person to kill 2 people almost at the same time. Now, O.J. only lived 5 minutes away from where these 2 people had been killed. And not only that, they were on the side of the yard. Who would have known to go on the side of a yard at that time? At that time, when Nicole and her friend were outside talking and kill them but O.J. unless he was following them. Let me tell you something. A black man marrying a white woman don't want her his white lover or wife leaving to go with a white, and not only that, and a young boy, a good looking young boy. Come on now, we know OJ did it. You guys just say it the way it is. OJ did it. Okay, and I wonder where OJ is at now. Ooh, I hope he ain't in Toronto. Ooh, OJ is on the loose, y'all. OJ, gone wild. OJ did it, y'all. Y'all know OJ did it. Come on now. Come on. OJ did it. And he's trying, listen, anybody running amok in Las Vegas up to hotel rooms trying to get some old memorabilia with a 45 pistol? Come on. OJ had a 45 pistol. He couldn't even get a real Glock. He had to get a 40. He must be out of money. What happened to, oh, OJ? He was supposed to be the juice. He ran out of juice when he was on that highway going down the Las Vegas freeway when the police was after him. Now, if you were so innocent, OJ, why were you on the highway running from the police? Food for thought. But my question is this: where is OJ? We know where OJ is at. Judge Judy wants to know where OJ is. Okay, that judge in Las Vegas wants to know where OJ is. Second of all, listen, one of my favorite actors of all times, I used to laugh at all his stuff because I grew up with him, Bill Cosby. 81-year-old Bill Cosby, the Jello pudding man. The Jello pudding man. Come on, OJ. Oh, I mean, not OJ. Bill Cosby apparently has been raping and molesting white women all over town. Now, that is alleged. They say alleged. He allegedly did it, even though he's in prison, proven guilty. Now, Bill say, the good thing about all of this, y'all, Bill say he didn't do it, and he ain't giving nobody no money. He ain't do it. But if you didn't do it, why are you in jail, Bill? I can't believe Bill Cosby, the father, the first black father, family figure on TV, is in jail for diddling white women. Come on now. Now, he would have never diddled Vivica Fox or, what's her name? Felicia Rashad, because they weren't having it. They weren't having it. Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, apparently they had casting couches in their hotel room. Now, you know, he called him Bill Cosby. He's thinking, oh, listen, let me tell you something. If you were an actress and you went into no matter what producer or what man's room, and he had a lounging couch there, you know he is looking for sex. And second of all, who goes to Harvey Weinstein's hotel at 12 and 1 o'clock at night? First of all, if I opened up the door and saw Harvey Weinstein, I would run back to the elevator. I don't need to be no actress. Have you seen Harvey? Did you see how Harvey looked before he molested the women and how he looks now? Come on now. Listen, if you, I couldn't deal with it. If I went to and knocked on the hotel door and Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby, 6'6". Oh, I ain't gonna say how he looks, but he looked okay on the show. But you should see him now, trying to pretend like he's blind. Come on now, Bill. Now you can see that coochie. You know what I mean, Bill? And you saw. I can imagine. Can you guys imagine? O.J. Simpson, Bill Cosby, Robert Blake, the Menendez brothers, Paul Bernardo, and Harvey Weinstein all in the same cell. Can you imagine that? Now, who would be the bottom? Who would be the bottom? Because these are some horny men. These men are horny. I understand. I can't believe Bill Cosby was molesting women. It's so hard to fathom that. I mean, because you thought of him as a father figure. Those are the ones that you got. Oh, come on, Bill. Come on. Can you imagine Bill now in jail eating bologna sandwiches and drinking orange juice. Can you imagine? I wonder how they treat. You know who else was in jail? I cannot believe it. Now, how much money is too much money? Martha Stewart. Can you believe the lady? I have her paint on my walls in my bedroom. Martha Stewart went to jail for trying to steal more money. She was trying to steal money from Wall Street. Now you know, they know. Come on, Martha. Come on now. Come on now. I guess she's got to take care of her pimp, Snoop Dogg. Oh, Martha is something else, y'all. She is something else. Which one would have been Bubba's girlfriend? Can you imagine that? Who's the bottom in jail with OJ, Bill Cosby, and R. Kelly? Oh my God! Did you guys hear about R. Kelly? R. Kelly apparently, this is apparently. I heard this from TMZ. Yeah, I heard this from TMZ that R. Kelly had been molesting very young girls from a long time ago. My question is this: where were those black mothers? Why? Listen, black people have to be home. Mainly young ones have to be home before the sun comes down. That's just something that's in our blood and it's known throughout the land. You better be home before the street lights come on. So now, how did this young girl get over there? And not only that, she was really explicit about R. Kelly and his member, if you know what I mean. She said R. Kelly had a big one. And I was like, ooh, you got a big one? Ooh, Lord, I'm going to go over there and fly too. Yes, Lord. But anyway, I don't advocate against any molesters, pedophiles, or whatever the situation may be. But this is my question. How is it that you are not home when the street lights come on at 6 o'clock, and then you're not at home at 11 o'clock when everybody should be home, and then you're not at home even if you went to a nightclub by 2 o'clock, and no mother is calling? That is my question. Now, I'm not blaming the mothers about having their daughters over there and R. Kelly diddling them and doing whatever he did to them. My question is this: where were the mothers looking after their daughters? That's my question. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, you're thinking, and the mother's thinking opportunity, but I'm not here to say. Now, that was a good one. Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg has been in prison more time than OJ has gotten out of prison. Now, for smoking weed. Now, I like Snoop Dogg because I think he's funny and he's got some talent. Now, but my question is this: how did him and Martha Stewart hook up? How do you hook up Snoop Dogg, a gang member, and this socialite white lady? How do you? And they got a cooking show. What in the world are they cooking? Oh, I know what they're cooking. I know exactly what they're cooking. And y'all know what they're cooking, okay? Martha and Stewart can't be, Martha and Stewart and Snoop Dogg cannot, listen, I ain't never seen, the whole time I've been watching the show, I never seen Snoop Dogg cook nothing. Martha's doing the cooking, Snoop's doing the walking around, the cruising her, like, you know, the young black boy chasing the cougar. Now, you know, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg had a thing going on. Because Snoop was probably about to break Martha out of prison because she knew the secrets of that stuff that they were cooking, if y'all know what I mean. Snoop is something else. An 80-year-old white woman, he cooking in the kitchen, stealing money. Come on now, come on now. She did it. I can't believe Martha Stewart was in jail. Can y'all believe that? Martha Stewart was in jail. It goes to show you greed. That is why selfishness, people want to find out exactly what their chemistry is. Listen, that's right. I want to know what the chemistry is between Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. Somebody is, if y'all know what I mean. Martha's getting her a little something, okay? A girl like she likes the bad boys, and they say they are more certainly. I know. Listen, older white women have a certain need and urge. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. And I heard old Snoop Dogg can put it down. I heard he ain't got much to work with, but I heard he can put it down. But I heard R. Kelly Perry he was taking virginities all over the place. I'm not advocating for him, but I'm just saying that federal prison is the country club for those with the coins. I know that's right, because it's strange. The whole time that weed therapy from Snoop Dogg and Martha, weed therapy. Can you imagine? Snoop Dogg, 6'6", weighs about 100 pounds. Martha Stewart, 5'8", or almost, no, she's 6'2". And can you imagine them with no clothes on? And Snoop's talking about, you want some snizzle? You want some snizzle to the frizzle to the lizzle? Can you imagine that? Snoop talking about snizzle. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's something else. Now, my question is this. Did Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg sleep together? Because Snoop ain't cooking nothing on the show. How's he getting paid millions of dollars to cook nothing? You only get paid millions of dollars is either you're the pimp or you are the boy toy. Now, that's what I want to know. What the chemistry is between Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. Somebody is doing something, pulling up the bump, aren't we, with R. Kelly? Listen, R. Kelly is something else. I heard he is something else. Hi, Terry. How are you, girl? And I heard R. Kelly is something else. Now, that was my question about R. Kelly. It was more about where were the parents when R. Kelly was diddling their daughters and had them out all night long. Number 2, Kathy Griffin. Now, I know you guys heard this, that Kathy Griffin, who is now disgraced and can't get a job nowhere, she's like Monique from the Queen of Comedy. They can't get a job nowhere. Monique has a problem with Oprah Winfrey. She says next time she sees Oprah, she's going to whoop Oprah's ass because Oprah shut down all her dry cleaning businesses. I heard that. She's really mad with Oprah because Oprah wouldn't pay for her trips and her food and her hotel and stuff to promote the movie Precious. This is what I heard. So she said she's gonna whoop Oprah's ass as soon as she see her, and for shutting down her dry cleaning stores and her not getting any gigs. Now Kathy Griffin, on the other hand, she was walking around with this certain person's head in her hand, cut off. I'm not gonna say who the person was because I don't recognize him. I don't recognize who the person was that Kathy Griffin was carrying around like this here. And then she took all these photos. I don't know exactly who he is because, see, I need my job, okay? I need my job. But they put Kathy Griffin out of work. Now, you cannot cut off the most powerful man's head in the world and walk around with it with an album cover and think your career is going to survive. Not that I'm saying who this powerful man was. I'm just saying that he looked familiar. I wasn't sure whether he was a trick or was a hookup. I wasn't sure what the relation between her and him. Well, she must have got mad in the middle of sex and cut his head off. I don't know. Kathy Griffin is something else. I don't know how she thought that was funny. But anyway, I'm not here to defend the head that she was walking around with in her hand. But I know who's getting lots of head. That old Snoop Dogg. I ain't saying from who, but Snoop Dogg is something else. Kathy and Monique need to go on tour together. That's true. They need to go on tour together. But apparently, this is what I heard. Netflix only wanted to offer Monique like $300,000. You know, Netflix is really about numbers. So the money that they offer you is usually money from ticket sales of your past shows or numbers, the people that watch your shows and stuff. So that's how they gear on how they're going to pay you in your contracts. This is what I heard. Now, Monique and Kathy Griffin I don't know if they would make any money. Poor Monique. I liked Monique, and now she's just messed up. Monique is mad at Oprah for having her parents on the Oprah Winfrey Show back in 2010 and didn't tell her. What did she need to tell Monique that she was having her parents on there for? Why? If she's Oprah Winfrey, why her parents? Why? First of all, if she was so close with her parents, she would have known her parents were going to be on the show. Now, that's my opinion. If you are close with your parents, you talk to your mother or your father every day. When my parents were alive, I talked to them almost every day. So how did Monique not know her parents were going to be on the Oprah Winfrey Show? I'm sure she knew. That's just my opinion. She's saying that she didn't know. I beg to differ. But anyway, I like Monique. And now the other girls from the Queen of Comedy don't want nothing to do with Monique. Poor Monique, poor thing. She can't even get. I heard they shut all her dry cleaning stores down. I didn't even know she had dry cleaners. I guess a girl's got to make money on the side. You know how it is. I used to do it. I used to make some money on the side. I ain't gonna say what I used to do, but I did. It wasn't nothing really illegal. Like Lindsay Lohan. Now, apparently, Lindsay Lohan has been high since 1995. And the studio cannot understand why Lindsay Lohan can't be on time on the set. Can't remember her lines. This is what I heard, y'all. Now, that was when her brother came on the show to talk about molesting her. And she did say, Oprah called her and told her about her brother, but the producers didn't say they were having her parents. Oh, okay. Well, now it all makes sense. Well, first of all, Monique was the star. If she really wanted to go on there and she was afraid that that they were going to be talking about the molestation problems, show some more. If Monique was worried about the brother telling her secret that she was molested, then you would know that Monique cared about what was actually being said on the show. Now, she said that the producers called and told her that her brother was going to be on the show. Now, you know, 9 times out of 10, if your brother's going to be on the show, your parents aren't far behind. That should have clicked in her mind, that Monique. Now, I like Monique, but she can't be messing with the queen of talk, Miss Media Woman. You cannot mess with Oprah Winfrey. Look at Oprah Winfrey. She put her out of work now. Now she can't work. She can't do nothing. She's trying to produce these movies. I like Oprah because, and let me tell you something, Oprah just worked hard for what she had from the ground up. So I have nothing but respect for her. And Monique could have approached the situation a lot differently than the way she did it. Not that I'm saying that she needs to bow down to Oprah because Oprah is the queen, but she could have went to her with a more sensible way of doing things. Now, I like Monique because she was funny. I used to love watching the Queens of Comedy and all that stuff. Monique blessed the show and gave the okay for the brother. She didn't want to be on the show with him. Oh, now let me tell you this here. She blessed the brother and blessed the show, but she didn't want to be on the show with him. Now, first of all, how long have they been having this problem? Now, before Monique became a star and a real star, why when Monique was talking to Oprah, why didn't she tell Oprah about her brother molesting her, and Oprah could have had her on the show and she would have never had the parents on the show? But what it was is that it leaked It leaked that Monique was molested. So that's why she brought the parents on, because that's generally what most producers would do. If they don't go to the children first, they go to the parents, because that's usually where the root of the problem is. Now, I understand why Oprah went to the parents. Now, first of all, Monique should have been talking to her parents at the time when the producers contacted her about the brother being on. I know for a fact, she had to have called her parents and said something. Monique did that to herself. She wants her name to be vindicated, but her tactics are fucked up. I know that's right. Her tactics are fucked up, because Oprah Winfrey is a powerful woman that could have helped her with her career. You don't argue and fight with Oprah Winfrey over childish and minor things. If your brother molested you and you had that chip on your shoulders, you should have went on Oprah Winfrey, because you were the star. You had the power. You had the voice. You had her ear. You had her phone number. You could have called and talked to Oprah, so you could have aired it all out yourself. You had control of it, but yet you were trying, just because you thought you got an Oscar, that you are now the diva. Listen, even when black actresses and black actors get Oscars in Hollywood, 9 times out of 10, they are just in the room with an Oscar, if you know what I mean. I didn't want to say in the back of the bus, because that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, you black and you have an Oscar, you're an A-list star in your mind, but in Hollywood, you're just a black actor in the room with an Oscar. Okay, and we'll find you a role somewhere along the line when we have some crisis that's dealing with some kind of a black issues, or something to do with those old time issues that we can use you for, because you can act real good, you can cry on screen, you can look like the Negro that America wants to see. Okay, now we understand that. Oprah is smart. She was smart for trying to bring your parents on. The brother asked to be on the show, and she said they exchange intimate stories about their molestation. And excuse me, okay. You know, that makes sense. That makes sense, because that means that Oprah and Monique's brother, or Monique, had some sort of, they had the same story, they had the same history, they could relate to each other, because they had went through the same thing before, or the same thing as each other. Now, that makes sense about the molestation thing. Now it makes sense to me. Before it didn't make any sense to me. Now it does. She said her mother came because she was money hungry. Listen, Monique was already 50. So her mother had to be at least 70 or 80. I understand opportunity. I understand that. But Monique, if she was so worried about her mother going on the show, she should have actually talked to her mother. She should have talked to Oprah. You know what, Monique, listen, my advice from all of this is that the communication was not lost on Oprah's end or her brother's end. She knew already that the brother was going to be on there, and she knew that she was going to be on Oprah Winfrey's show. Why didn't she just call Oprah and talk to Oprah directly about the situation? Now, she can't be faulting Oprah because Oprah had her brother on there and wanted to talk about molestation, something that she went through. Now, come on, Monique. Come on. Your career's over. You're finished, okay? Go back to them dry cleaning stores. Go on now. This is what I heard, that you had dry cleaning business. That's what I heard. That's what you're doing now. I heard that Oscar is sitting on top of a wash machine. I'm just kidding. I heard that. Yes, I heard that, y'all. She said, listen, there's nothing wrong with making a little money. When you're on the Oprah Winfrey Show, the most powerful woman in media, of course you're going to get a couple of dollars, your hotel taking you. Why can't you feel like a star? Mainly if you're telling the truth and Oprah can relate to the stories that you are telling. And this is something, it's very important for a host and a guest to be able to connect. So if they have a lot in common, this makes the story worthwhile telling. There's a connection. Okay? Enough about Monique, because I'm over her. Anyway, like I said, is now another one we have. Men. Eddie Murphy. Did you guys hear this? Eddie Murphy was on Hollywood Boulevard chasing transvestites. I heard this, y'all. I heard this. I heard that they put Eddie in temporary jail for 2 or 3 days because he was picking up prostitutes off Hollywood Boulevard. I heard that. I didn't know Eddie liked transvestites. I would have put a little something on for him and went over there. Ooh, all that money he got. Eddie, you like it? But I heard that he likes the ones that look white and kind of Hawaiian looking. Those are the ones he was chasing, the Filipino looking ones. I heard that. Y'all heard that? I know y'all heard that. Now, we'll go back to Monique in a minute. I'm just thinking of how to put it all together. Now, I also heard that another person that likes black trans women, and just like black women in general, is Hugh Grant. Did y'all hear that? Hugh Grant was put in jail for picking up prostitutes. Now, apparently, Hugh Grant is also another tranny lover. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Now, he was picking up TS's all over. He is another one like Eddie Murphy. They love TS's. Now, this was not the first time for Eddie Murphy picking up TS's. Apparently, this is like the second or the third time they didn't call him. Ooh, all right, Eddie. You something else, Dr. Doolittle. Now, another thing that shocked me, in 1999, I think, Robert Blake, Beretta, the famous Beretta. Can you believe this? The famous Beretta, Robert Blake, amazing actor. Columbo, y'all. Can you believe Columbo actually committed real murder? Now, how do you take your wife to a restaurant? You come out of the restaurant with your wife, tell your wife you forgot something in the restaurant, you leave her in the car, and you come back and your wife is dead. Come on, Robert. Come on now. Come on. Case closed. Okay, Robert? Don't try it. Don't try it, Robert Blake. Your career was dead. You was trying to get it revived. That didn't work. They put you in jail. You know what? It shocks me. Nobody looks good in orange. Did you guys see Martha Stewart in her orange jumpsuit? Or blue? No, she had blue. Yeah, she had a blue one on. OJ had an orange jumpsuit on. Bill Cosby had on. Did you see them? These are amazing pictures. To see Bill Cosby in an orange jail suit. R. Kelly in an orange jail suit. These people are crazy. OJ, they couldn't find a suit big enough for him, so they put two of them together. But OJ, I saw OJ sitting in that box there with that orange suit on, and I thought, oh Lord. Martha Stewart had a blue one on. OJ, I can't believe it. Now, another one. Poor Snoop Dogg. They had him in an orange one with braids. Snoop Dogg had an orange jail suit on with braids. Now, another one. They said that couldn't get enough of cocaine. Charlie Sheen. Apparently, Charlie Sheen, the whole time he was shooting his show, he was high. He was high from early in the morning to late in the evening, all day, every day. Him and his ex-wife, Denise Richards. Now, the last time I saw Denise Richards, thank God she got a role. I saw her in Medea's witness protection program. I saw her in that. Thank God she got some money because poor Charlie wasn't doing it anymore. And apparently Charlie had, when the police came there to arrest him, he had a house full of hoochie mamas, like white women, young white women were coming all down the stairs, all down the staircase and everything. Charlie is something else. Now, I have to give him credit. Charlie was kind of cute because he's part of that family, you know, the family of 5 boys. Now, Charlie is kind of cute. And he's kind of, what do you call it, conservative and reserved. The kind of man I like, pay for everything and don't talk too much. But you can't have a substance abuse and forget about your children. You done left your children at home and you over there in West Hollywood looking around for some stuff, Charlie. Okay, that's what I heard. That's what I heard, Charlie. Now, Harvey Weinstein. Come on, ladies. How do you sleep with Harvey Weinstein? How do you do it? How did you ladies sleep with Harvey Weinstein? This is what I heard. I heard a few of y'all ladies in Hollywood that have your acting careers slept with Harvey Weinstein. That's what I heard. I heard that. Now, another thing I want to talk about is Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Now, apparently they have been feuding for a very long time because one thinks one can't rap and the other one just thinks that the other one is too naked and using her body to sell videos and sell the music. There's nothing wrong with using your image to sell your products. Nothing. For me, there's nothing wrong with it. If you got it, flaunt it. Show it. Give it to her. If you know what I mean. Now, and apparently Cardi B and Nicki Minaj were at Fashion Week. Cardi B was sitting on one side of Anna Quinn, and Nicki Minaj was sitting on the other side. Apparently, Cardi B got up and threw a shoe at her. She was mad, and she called her a hoochie mama and threw a shoe at her. And they almost broke out and went to fight. And Anna Wintour had to, what is her name, Winslet or Winslow, something like that. Anna somebody had to break them up. You know, listen. We understand Cardi B trying to do her thing and get her little groove on. Nicki Minaj has to respect that because she's been in the business a long time. This is what I heard. And you know, when you got your clothes off, you can be in the business for a while until everything starts sagging. But I noticed Nicki Minaj kept everything tight. That's what I heard, y'all. Now, these are celebrities that have gone wild. These are people that are behaving badly. People with numerous amounts of money. People that have privilege. They have everything we want. Mansions, Jaguars, Mercedes, fur coats, servants. You know, we have the best of everything. They have the best of everything. And yet, they behave so badly. How can you be Bill Cosby and molesting white women all over town? How can you be R. Kelly and chasing young girls when you're a superstar and you have so much money? Why can't you get older women that are around your age that can take care of your business? Now, that's what just shocks me. Why is it that Eddie Murphy has 10 children? Eddie Murphy was never home. So his wives must have known Eddie was down there on Hollywood Boulevard. I'm sure they knew. Mainly that second wife with the short hair. Miss Hawaii. I'm sure she knew. She looks like the kind of woman that was tracking his phone and had a GPS on top of his car. Okay? Now, like I said, those were the celebrities that ran scandalous. O.J. Simpson flying down the Los Angeles freeway saying he didn't do it. O.J. Well, you spent 9 years in prison for not doing it. Then there's Bill Cosby, the Jello pudding man. Father figure. The first doctor on TV, black doctor on TV. A molester. Raping white women on couches. Who would have ever thought Bill Cosby would be doing that? Harvey Weinstein. I didn't even know. I've seen his name in a few things. Harvey Weinstein, producing a few things. I didn't know he was a real director and producer, but now I know him very well. Harvey, you were something else, Harvey, okay? You were something else. Now, my problem with the fact of Harvey is this. How is it that these women got famous, got rich, and then they waited 10, 15, 20 years to say Harvey diddled them? That is my issue. And don't be saying if they had a headache and if they were trying to get over it and all this. No, 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 no. It don't take 15, 20 years before you go tell the police that somebody raped you or diddled you. There's more to this than what we see. Okay? Now, Kathy Griffin. You can't do that. No matter how much you hate the man, you can't do what you did. You can't carry the man head around in your hand, even though it's a fake dummy, Madame Tussauds kind of a thing. You can't do that, no matter what. Now, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, I don't know what the connection is between the two of them, but somebody is a cougar and somebody is a boy toy. It don't take two to make a hamburger. If you know what I mean, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. Now, apparently, my idol, Diana Ross, this is apparently Diana Ross was in Connecticut. That's where she lives. And apparently she was down the street from her house at a pub. Apparently she got in her car and she was driving while intoxicated. Now, I saw this on TMZ where she was running through the airport and paparazzi was following behind her, asking her why was she driving intoxicated. Now, apparently when they showed the video, you could see Diana had, how do you say, she had a little sauce. She could hardly stand up. She didn't even know where she was. We love Diana. And the reason we knew it was Diana Ross is because of the hair and the voice. So when I saw the video, I was shocked. Diana Ross. Oh my God. The living legend. DWI. Talking about she wants to go see her children. They put you should see the mugshot they have of Diana Ross. Go on Google and Google that. I love Diana Ross, but you can't drive drunk, lady. You can't do it. Another person, Justin Bieber. He was Justin Bieber, if you know what I mean. But apparently he was in the Los Angeles jail, mad because he had just came from hanging out with all them other rappers. You know, them rappers, for some reason they have a thing that Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, and what's that other one named there? What's that other little boy there? Justin Bieber. They have a thing for hanging out with each other, and I don't know quite what that is. But anyway, Justin Bieber got arrested and was in the washroom urinating all over the urinal. The urinal is this big. Justin is that big. And now, how do you miss a urinal this big unless your member is not a member? Okay, Justin. I heard you had an okay sized member. I heard that, Justin. That's what I heard. But I want to know, how is it that you're driving your silver Lamborghini down the Los Angeles freeway at 200 miles an hour? Where are you going? When most of us know the traffic in Los Angeles is backed up. Food for thought there, Justin. The speed limit says 75 and you're going 200. Where are you going? No wonder you ended up in the Los Angeles jail, spinning around, and you probably peeing all over yourself because you was worried about those black men in that were going to turn you out. But anyway, now, thank you guys so much for joining me here on the Stephanie Stevens Show. You guys have said so much about I'm gonna really work on this part of the show, celebrities gone wild. So I'll have an update on just celebrities who have done some really bad things or who have been to prison, or just an update on what the celebrities did that made them scandalous and gone wild and behaving badly. We admire our celebrities, but when they make a mistake, sometimes we just have to call them out. And that's what I am here to do, is just to discuss it and say, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. A lot of my favorite celebrities went to jail. Now, to end in closing, I want to talk about two ladies that went to jail that are now on one of the hottest drag shows, reality shows. I want to talk about the RuPaul dolls, Latrice Royale and Tyra Sanchez. Now, apparently, Latrice Royale went to jail because she was trying to sell Xanax to some little white boy in the club that was outside by the hot dog stand, that was an undercover police. That is what I heard. Now, apparently, when they arrested Latrice and she got down to the station, apparently she said that she was holding Tylenol, y'all, for her friend. That's what she said. She said she was holding Tylenol for her friend, and she just gave the boy one of them. She didn't sell it. But apparently, this was a $20 exchange, and they put Latrice Royale in jail because of the suspicion of selling a narcotic. Okay? Now, apparently they put Tyra Sanchez, who is beautiful, from RuPaul's Drag Race. They put Tyra Sanchez and her male passenger, who were driving down the road with a van full of marijuana in Miami. Now, where was Tyra Sanchez and her male partner going in Miami with a van full of marijuana? The Black Cheek and Chong. That's all I can say. Now, how is it that when the police pulled her over, she tried to say her male name was different? Now, apparently, Tyra Sanchez has a little boy, or has a child. Now, what example is that for her, having all this fame and all this money and being the first, like one of the first drag stars? And yet she's in Miami with some boy driving down the road with a van full of marijuana. Now, where were the two of them going? This is what I heard. This is all that I heard. Now, if y'all know more about the story, about what happened to Tyra Sanchez and what happened to Latrice Royale, apparently Latrice Royale was selling Xanax. She's called it Tylenol. She called it Tylenol. That's what I heard. That's what I heard here on the Stephanie Stevens Show, live at 5. Like I said, thank you guys so much for joining me here on Live at 5. I'm Stephanie Stevens. Today I was just giving a little rundown about celebrities. This is a new segment of my show, so next week I'll have it more ironed out for you, and we'll talk about the different celebrities that have gone wild and that are behaving badly, and people that we look up to. I'm not here, this is not an advice show. This is about the scandal, the 411 on Who Dropped Kick 2. And this is what I'm going to talk about, how our favorite stars landed in jail. So it's like, this is what I heard show. Okay? So thank you guys so much for joining me on the Stephanie Stevens Show. You guys have a blessed and safe week. We will talk more about Mo'Nique and Oprah on our next one, because that seems to have gathered more attention than anything. I'll research that, and then we'll talk about Oprah Winfrey and Mo'Nique. What happened? Where the breakdown came? Like, what was the misunderstanding, the real misunderstanding? I'm going to read about it on Google, and see what the story was. And then I will be able to pass on what I heard to y'all. Okay? Thanks, everybody. You guys have a great and safe week. Stay home. Stay safe. My hat is off to the doctors and nurses and all the people on the front line for taking care of us and making sure that we're okay. So I just want to say thank you guys out there. I hope you're having a blessed week. If you have some other celebrities that you'd like me to talk about or find out what the scandal was with a lot of them, like I said, I talked about OJ today. OJ said he didn't do it. Bill Cosby says that he can't see. He didn't do it. R. Kelly said he didn't do it. He's not a monster. Harvey Weinstein says he didn't do it. But all these people are now in jail. Kathy Griffin, she's not in jail, but her career is over. Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, they got a second chance. Hats off to you. Because we like you, Martha Stewart, and we like you, Snoop Dogg. Okay? Diana Ross, you're just the queen. You're a legend. You're somebody we look up to. Drinking and driving, not cute. Charlie Sheen, we like. Okay, everybody? Like I said.